Shipping container costs alone have roughly tripled this year, and that's according to one leading index. Now, while that has now curbed demand, there are still backlogs at so many ports. Ships are waiting along the U.S. West Coast to offload their cargo. About a month ago, the Port of Long Beach launched a pilot program for 24-hour truck pickup to try and speed up deliveries amid the cargo surge. Mario Cordero is the executive director of the Port of Long Beach in California, and he joins us now. You're responsible for all those ships we just saw in the harbor. You were at the White House last week. I know you guys were already trying to move to this 24-hour setup in terms of operations. How is it going? Give us an update.
Well, thank you, Paula, for the invitation. I think that clearly everyone agrees that the supply chain needs transformational change. And for the Port of Long Beach, one of those changes is extended gates and this framework of 24/7. So it's going to be a slow process, so to speak, because for that to happen, it's just not for the port to have extended gates or marine terminal operators. Everybody in the supply chain has to collaborate. Truckers, warehouses, railroads. The good news, I think our meetings at the White House last week, there was a lot of very strong commitments. So I look forward to continue to make progress on this concept that, again, even after the crisis, we need to put in place.
We just saw a story where there were Christmas trees, those stuck in China. Christmas comes once a year. I mean, do you think it will take a significant amount of time for this to iron itself out?
Well, we're hoping there will be short-term measures that we can accomplish and, of course, long-term objectives. But either way, I think as we approach the holidays, I think the best advice I have for everyone is to do your holiday shopping early.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's been saying that. Unfortunately, that just kind of plugs up the supply chains even more. How disruptive has all of this been? And you're talking about, short-term changes, but, long-term effects. How do you see this shaking out in the coming months?
Well, I think in the coming months, number one, we mentioned the fact that we have about 62 vessels at anchor waiting to get into the port of either Long Beach or Los Angeles. This is the nation's largest container port complex. So we hope to make progress with regard to diminishing that number. I'm talking about the vessels at anchor as we approach the end of the year. But this disruption in the supply chain will continue through 2022. And again, this is not just a national issue, it's a global crisis that we have here with the supply chain. So clearly, what COVID brought up is ignited the whole question of what we need to do here, at least at the nation's largest port complex, to keep the containers moving, keep competitive. And in that regard, that's where the 24/7 conversation is with regard to what we need to do. And by the way, the Port of Long Beach, we have referenced this concept even prior to this crisis, given the volume of trade that we have that's not going to diminish even after this crisis.
Yeah, and we hear you, and you have flagged this not just as a global crisis, but you said yourself that this was a national crisis in the making. That was even before the pandemic. Look, we've discussed there's no quick fix, but what about that infrastructure bill that right now could, many people hope, will pass in Congress? How much do you think that will change things here in the United States? Because you've discussed how those ports in the United States and the supply chain in general is behind its Asian and European competitors.
Absolutely. I think the good news is the Biden administration has earmarked, at least proposed, $17 billion for port authorities and the inland waterways. I think that's a great step in the right direction in terms of the type of infrastructure we need to put in place here in the United States.
Okay, just before I let you go, any venture to guess? 4 dozen ships still out there? 5 dozen? Are we gotten the backlog down to 20 or 30? Any progress?
We've made progress. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, we had as high as 73. Again, it's going to be challenging, but we're working, again, full court press here in the nation's largest port complex to press and pull all the levers that we need to do to make sure that not only we mitigate the vessels at anchor, but we continue to talk about cargo velocity as opposed to cargo volatility.
Okay, all right. We'll have to leave it there. Appreciate your time, and good luck with it.